Welcome to this session. Today we are going to discuss a very special test. Which is that test? That is India's biggest weekly scholarship test. And today we're going to solve some, I'm going to solve some VARC questions for you from the previous combats, ताकि आपको पता चले कि guys, combat is your ticket to plus subscription. Combat is your ticket to getting into the coveted college. Combat is your ticket to IIMs. क्योंकि अगर आप कॉम्बैट जीतते हो, इफ यू गेट अ रैंक इन कॉम्बैट, आप देख सकते हो आपके स्क्रीन पे, इफ यू गेट रैंक 1 to 3, रैंक 4 to 10, रैंक 11 to 50, रैंक 51 to 200, you win scholarships to your plus subscription. And once you take the plus subscription, guys, कितने सारे बेनिफिट्स है वो मैं आपको बताने वाली हूँ, पर उससे पहले नोट कर लो गाइस, कॉम्बैट हैपेंस एवरी संडे at 12 noon, and I want every one of you to use the code RITUMBA and join combat. Okay, why do you need to take the plus subscription, guys? Because there are multiple batches by top educators across the country and you get complete flexibility आपके लर्निंग में. आपको जिन एजुकेटर्स के कोर्सेज अटेंड करने, बैचेस अटेंड करने, मल्टीपल बैचेस अटेंड करने, you feel your VARC is a little dicey, you have a VARC expert batch, you have a percentiler batch, you have a practice drill batch, and these batches, guys, regularly batches announce होते हैं. All you have to do is take the plus subscription and start attending live classes. Live, big bold capital letters में, guys, start attending live classes. ठीक है, हमको live classes attend करने हैं, हमको हमारे doubts clear करवाने हैं, हमको इंडिया के बेस्ट एजुकेटर्स से पढ़ना है और हमको प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना है using the code RITUMBA. Okay, so what are you waiting for? There's a bumper offer going on, guys. If you take the 6-month subscription, you get 1 month subscription free, so that you can prepare for not just CAT but all the management entrance examinations. XLRI is your goal, Symbiosis is your goal, now NMIMS is your goal, IFT is your goal. जो भी कॉलेज आपका गोल है गाइस, सबकी प्रिपरेशन होने वाली है, सबके एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स की प्रिपरेशन होने वाली है, पर उसके लिए प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना बहुत जरूरी है और उसके लिए कॉम्बैट देना बहुत जरूरी है. ओके, नाउ गाइस, कॉम्बैट होता क्या है? सो व्हाट इज द फॉर्मेट ऑफ कॉम्बैट? सो कॉम्बैट में जो आपके 3 कैट के सेक्शंस होते हैं, विच आर द 3 सेक्शंस, द VARC सेक्शन, द LRDI सेक्शन एंड द QA सेक्शन. हर सेक्शन से आपको 10 क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ईच. ओके, इट्स अ 1 hour टेस्ट, यू गेट 10 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम ईच सेक्शन. अगर आप इन 10, सो टोटली 30 क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. Now they test you on your preliminary concepts. ये easy to medium level के questions होते हैं and they test you on your basic concepts. तो basic concepts को use करके थोड़ी सी जो आपने YouTube classes में सीखा है, जो special classes में सीखा है, उससे सीख करके you can apply it to your combat and you can win ranks and you can win subscription scholarships and you can win scholarships to your subscription. So this is just a preview. मैं आपको कुछ एक few, let's say 5 questions हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस कॉम्बैट, ताकि आपको पता चल जाए कि एग्जैक्टली टेक्निक्स क्या यूज करने पड़ते हैं. हाँ, एग्जैक्टली, ताकि संडे के कॉम्बैट के लिए यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड. ओके, स्पेशली VARC सेक्शन के लिए तो यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड. कम ऑन, लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट दिस. सो गाइस, कॉम्बैट में जैसे कैट के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, सिमिलर क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. पैरा जंबल आता है कैट में, तो पैरा जंबल्स पे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. ऑड वन आउट आता है कैट में, ऑड वन आउट के ऊपर क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है, हमारा वोकैबुलरी भी टेस्ट होती है, ग्रामर भी टेस्ट होती है, RC भी टेस्ट होती है, क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग भी टेस्ट होते हैं. तो छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं इजी मीडियम लेवल के बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स को टेस्ट करते हुए, ताकि आप सब जीत पाओ. Okay, so now let's see this. So combat question 1, guys, let's try this para jumble out. The sentences given in the following question, when properly sequenced, form a coherent paragraph. Choose the most logical order of the sentences to construct a coherent paragraph. So ये हमारा standard para jumble question है. Okay, this is our standard para jumble question. Now I'm going to give all of you 1 minute, guys, go through this para jumble and फिर मैं आपको links बताऊंगी. ठीक है, हमको कैसे subsets बनाने हैं, हमको कैसे language clues बनाने हैं, हमको कैसे logic clues बनाने हैं, and how do we have to come to our right answer. Okay, language clues, logic clues, right answers, options are there, guidance मिल रही है, so it becomes a little easier. Come on. So guys, ये ध्यान में रखना कि जैसे जैसे आप passages जैसे जैसे sentences पढ़ते जाते हो, you keep identifying the language clues and you keep identifying the logical clues. Come on, guys, I want you to, para jumble is an essential part of the CAT examination. 3 to 4 questions para jumbles के ऊपर आते हैं. That is 9 to 12 marks. Very important, very crucial, बहुत ज़्यादा weightage है इसके ऊपर. Okay, now guys, let's solve this together. Okay, now depending on how you define the term, Edison's inaugural recording of the verse might be considered the world's first audiobook. So ये जो term है, that term could be audiobook. Okay, but the verse, which verse? The means specific na, language clue. The means specific na, which verse? Speeches, songs and soliloquies. What are soliloquies? Solo speeches. All vanished moments after leaving the lips. All vanished. Okay, it all changed in 1877 when Edison began working on a machine that could mechanically reproduce the human voice. It all changed. What changed? There was no way to preserve sounds before the 19th century. This can be your opener. Edison's team successfully assembled a device on which Edison recorded Mary Had a Little Lamb, a nursery rhyme. Now guys, हमको लिंक करने पड़ेंगे, मेनली लैंग्वेज क्लू से लिंक करो. नाउ डोंट यू सी, हमने यहाँ पे द वर्स, which is the only sentence which gives you a poem or a verse or a line. Mary had a little lamb. So we can say guys कि 5 और 1 का लिंक होगा. करेक्ट, 5 और 1 का लिंक होगा, जिससे we can eliminate option C and we can eliminate option D. Okay. Now let's see what are the other links that we can build. There was no way to preserve. Now both the options start with 4 as your opener, right? So there was no way to preserve sounds before the 19th century. There was no way. Sounds preserve नहीं हो पाते थे. You could not record sounds. If we cannot preserve sounds or we cannot record sounds, that means जैसे ही the songs left your lips, it vanished because there was no way to record it. Correct. So speeches, songs, soliloquies all vanished. Why? Because there was no way to record sounds. It all changed. This changed. There's no way to record sounds. This vanishing of everything the moment it leaves your lips, all of that changed. When did it change? In the 19th century, 1877. This is before the 19th century. This is in the 19th century. So 4 has to come before 3. 4 3 से पहले आएगा. It all changed in 1877 when Edison began working. This says he began working. Once you begin working, only then you can assemble a device, right? Only then you can be successful in your work. So 5-1 will fall. Did you understand this, guys? Language clues and logic clues will help us to arrive at a right answer. And what is our right answer? Our right answer over here is B. Okay, एक बार फिर से देख लेते हैं. What were the clues that we used? What were the clues that we used here, guys? यहाँ पे हमने clues कौन से use किए थे? We said the verse. Which is the verse? Mary had a little lamb. So 5 and 1 becomes a subset. It becomes a crucial subset. Correct? Subset method. There was no way to preserve sound. No way to preserve sound. That means it all vanished. 4 and 2. But this changed. Before the 19th century के बाद change हो गया. क्योंकि 19th century में Edison began working on a machine. And he was successful in his adventure. So 4, 2, 3, 5, 1. That becomes our answer. Great. Come on, let's look at the next question. Chalo guys, next question देखते हैं. Now this is an odd one out question. Identify the odd one out. 5 sentences related to a topic are given. 4 of them form a meaningful paragraph. Find the odd one out. Now guys, a common mistake that students do is they read the 5 sentences and they figure out ठीक है इसमें ये keyword नहीं है, बाकी 4 sentences में वो keyword है, इसमें वो keyword नहीं है, उसको निकाल देते हैं. No, that's not the way in order to do it. You have to build links. चाहे para jumble की तरह perfect order नहीं मिले, that's okay. But you have to build links and you have to find subsets. Only then you can find जो statement which cannot be linked with anything else. A statement which is independent. A statement जो नहीं लगता इस paragraph से है क्योंकि उसका किसी के साथ कोई connection नहीं बन रहा है. That will be your odd one out. Okay. So guys, I give you a minute again. Try this question out. Come on. You get around 120 seconds, guys, in the combat examination. Depending upon the question, time limit change होता है. छोटे क्वेश्चन, सिंपलर क्वेश्चंस, वोकैबुलरी क्वेश्चंस थोड़े कम टाइम मिलेंगे, 30 सेकेंड्स मिल सकता है, 45 सेकेंड्स मिल सकता है, but they are decided by the educators in such a way that everybody in this much time, ideal time hai, everybody should be able to solve this question. Come on, build the links, build those subsets. Okay, I hope you're solving this, guys. आपको links मिल रहे हैं, आपको subsets मिल रहे हैं. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, guys. That is very crucial. Like press करो, combat दो, Ritu MBA code लगा कर combat दो. Okay, let's try and answer this. He believed pain and trouble were their own education, schooling and intelligence to make it a soul. ये ही कौन है? To his followers, Keats is a poet's poet, is the poet's poet. The means he's the only poet to his followers. Keats. He is a writer whose brief span compressed all the love, pain, existential uncertainty of a lifetime, which the finest of his 54 published poems. Again, this is talking about the poet, probably Keats. Every year now brings me paradoxically closer and farther, near or dur, pass or dur. His was a rare gift, yet his best poems weren't earned without effort. Early examples are uneven and clumsy, and for that perseverance and learning, by shrewd emulation, we admire him. Who are these we? These we could be the followers of Keats. Now guys, let's understand this. ठीक है, अब हमको यहाँ पे mainly we have to understand the theme of the passage. We have to understand the theme of the passage. To his followers, Keats is a poet's poet, is the poet's poet. That means people, his followers admire him. Why do his followers admire him? He believed pain and trouble were their own education. This talks about Keats' ka belief. This talks about the inspiration in his poem. Okay, pain and trouble, and he compressed all this love, pain and trouble in his poems, and that brought his poems to life. This is also praising Keats. This is also positive. इसका भी हम लोग link बना सकते हैं. And these are the reasons for which we admire him all the more. We admire Keats for all of this, for how he brings his poems to life. Now, I want you to look at 4. Each year now brings me. Okay, this is about the author. अभी तक क्या था? Followers था, we था. This is me. Closer and farther. ठीक है, closer का तो समझ में आता है because the author admires Keats, because the author is fond of Keats. Closer का समझ में आता है. But why farther? What takes him farther from Keats? What takes him away from Keats? What takes him Keats से दूर? Okay, what takes him farther from Keats? This has not been explained. तो इसीलिए guys इसका लिंक किसी स्टेटमेंट से नहीं बन रहा है, and that is why 4 is the odd one out. Okay, I hope all of you have understood this. I hope आपको ये समझ में आया है, and you will use these techniques in order to solve the questions in the next combat. Come on, let's go to the third question. Short RC passage है guys. We have to understand what this is an example of. इसकी tone क्या है? इस RC passage की tone क्या है? You'll find a lot of tone based questions guys in combats, especially my combat, you know, the ones where I have said the VARC paper. Tone, what is tone? Why do we focus on this so much? Because it helps us to identify the author's opinion. ठीक है, और ये वाला passage guys बहुत ही मजेदार है, इसको पढ़ते हैं. चलो. My experience of dining at the Chevron left me appalled. What is the meaning of appalled? Appalled means shocked. Why? The dishes simply weren't well prepared. Negative tone. The soup was a fragrant lake of oil. The author has compared the soup to a lake of oil. The basket of fried noodles came separately from the assorted seafood and vegetable dish and tasted as if it had been made well in advance. The mix of cuttlefish, shrimp, whitefish was overpowered. Overpowering tha bahut hi taste. viscous gravy, dense gravy, thick gravy. It made me hunger for the much better noodle pillows that I loved at the long closed China Moon. जो restaurant बंद हो चुका है, मुझे उसकी याद आने लग गई इधर खाना खाकर. I was served with signature cocktails that tend to be sweet and unbalanced. Wine list that's so pedestrian, that's so common, that on the last visit I brought my own. मैं खुद का wine लेके चला गया. I brought my own wine. Roast chicken looked as if it had spent time in the fryer but stopped short of becoming fried chicken. It lived in a greasy no man's land and no man I know would love it. Arey baapre. Very negative, guys. It's getting very negative. He's definitely had a really bad experience eating at this restaurant. The rude waitstaff can be compared to an unlubricated colonoscopy. Now you've hit the nail on the head. What is the tone of the author? The tone is negative. Correct? The tone is negative. It's a negative tone, right? And is it subtly negative, or is the author being severely negative? The author is being very, very sharp, guys, here. You know, he is definitely not enjoyed, उसको definitely वहाँ का खाना पसंद नहीं आया है. And instead of just saying कि the food was bad, the soup didn't taste that good, instead of just saying this, he compares it to a colonoscopy. He compares it to, he says, I brought my own wine. He compares it to a lake of oil. So you will find that there is a lot of verbal humor here. The way he has used the words, that is creating that humor. And is he being sharp? Is he being critical? Yes. So that is why your answer option is rapier wit. What is rapier wit? Rapier means sharp, cutting tone, ekdam sharp tone, cutting tone. Wit क्यों? Verbal humor, the way the author has framed the sentence, कितने one-liners है यहाँ पे? Sarcasm. Is this sarcasm? Sarcasm का मतलब क्या है? अरे तुमको 10% marks मिला एग्जाम में, वाह यार तुम तो आइंस्टाइन निकल गए, so intelligent. Sarcasm, you say something but you mean something else. Here, does the author say something and mean something else? No, he means what he says. Not sarcasm. Glib remark. What is glib? किसी के घर जाते हो आप हाउस वार्मिंग सेरेमनी में, अरे वाह क्या घर बनाया है, क्या फर्नीचर है, क्या लाइटिंग है, बट मे बी यू डिडंट लाइक द हाउस. मन मन में सोच रहे अरे क्या कर दिया इन्होंने, क्यों पैसे बर्बाद कर दिए. सो ग्लिब रिमार्क इज समथिंग विच इज इनसिंसियर रिमार्क विच जस्ट फ्लोज आउट ऑफ योर माउथ. क्योंकि सोसाइटी कन्वेंशन बोलता है किसी के घर जाते हो हाउस वार्मिंग सेरेमनी, यू हैव टू से योर हाउस इज सो ब्यूटीफुल. Okay, these are insincere remarks. You really don't mean them, but the author means them here. It's not insincere here. Farce. What is farce? Farce is just comical. Okay, जैसे चार्ली चैपलिन humor हो गया, लॉरेल एंड हार्डी हो गया, farcery हो गया, mockery हो गया, not to be taken seriously हो गया, leave your brains at home वाला comedy हो गया. Is this farce? No. Okay, the author means what he says. But he's very sharp, he's very witty, he's very critical, he's finding faults. It's a negative tone. That is why your answer option out here is rapier wit. Great guys, come on, good going. Next question. Critical reasoning का question आ गया. देखो सारे CAT के areas आपके test होंगे. Which of the following most strengthens the author's argument? Let's see. A successful ice cream stand that serves shoppers in Fifth Avenue plans to increase its profits by adding waffles to its menu. The owner of the stand says that waffles are the ultimate comfort food. He argues that offering waffles will enable the stand. Argues, इस पे focus करना है क्योंकि इसी को strengthen करना है. Okay, it will enable it to get into the breakfast business without making a large investment because it does not require elaborate cooking equipment. Okay, so waffles add करना चाहता है वो, and his main argument is you can get into the breakfast business without making a large investment. Now we have to strengthen this. We have to add to this. We have to say, हाँ भाई waffles include करो. You will be able to get into the breakfast business without making a large investment. Few shoppers. Few मतलब what? Few means hardly any. Elimination method, guys. चलो देखते हैं. Would sit down to enjoy waffles. If hardly anybody would sit down to enjoy waffles, wouldn't that become negative? Wouldn't that mean कि अरे ये venture workout नहीं करेगा, waffles include मत करो क्योंकि कोई बैठ के नहीं खाएगा? This becomes negative. What does this do? This weakens the passage. जो आपका ऑप्शन ए है, what does it do? It weakens the passage. Because if this says hardly anyone would sit down to enjoy waffles, it will not work out. The ingredients needed to make waffles are inexpensive. They are inexpensive. So without making a large investment, they are inexpensive. Strengthens the passage. Waffles complement ice creams well. Through cross-selling, the plan would increase the sale of ice creams. But guys, that's not his argument. No. उसको आइसक्रीम का सेल इंक्रीज नहीं करना है. That's not the argument. Many adult shoppers are accompanied by their children who love to indulge in comfort food. ठीक है, comfort food पर waffles ही क्यों? And what about this without making a large investment? So which option says waffles are the right option without making a large investment? Answer option will be B. Did all of you understand this, guys? Eliminate the wrong options and you will be left with your right one. तो हमने odd one out देख लिया, हमने para jumble देख लिया, हमने RC देख लिया, हमने critical reasoning देख लिया. अब हम एक vocab question देख लेते हैं. An urbane person. Who is an urbane person, guys? यहाँ पे आपको roots बहुत काम में आएंगे जो मैंने आपको vocabulary made easy series में कराया था. What do you mean by the root urb? Urban area, city area. An urbane person is a person who is a very civilized person. An urbane person is a very refined person. An urbane person is a very well-mannered person. So he is not just a person who lives in a city. No, he is a person who has refined manners and etiquette or behavior. Is he uncouth? No, he is the opposite of that. Uncouth matlab rudely behaved person, uncivilized person. Is he a braggart? Does he show off? Not necessarily related to urbane. Okay, so an urbane person is a civilized, refined, polished person. ठीक है गाइस, तो मैंने आपको दिखा दिया है सैंपल एक कैसे 5 हम कॉम्बैट क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व किए हैं. यही टेक्निक्स यूज करके आपको संडे का कॉम्बैट देना है. संडे का कॉम्बैट गाइस, संडे 12 noon. यूज द कोड रितु MBA एंड एनरोल. ट्रस्ट मी गाइस, अभी प्लस का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना बहुत जरूरी है. आइकॉनिक सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना बहुत जरूरी है. आस्क इट आउट फीचर यूज करो. यू कैन अपलोड द स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ योर डाउट एंड गेट रियल टाइम सॉल्यूशंस. Iconic subscription, you get personal mentors, you best educators, top B school graduates, chance to be guys where these guys have landed. So what are you waiting for? Like, share and subscribe. Subscribe to my group Unacademy_Ritu Dudhoria for more VARC updates. Don't forget to press the like, share and subscribe button, guys. But more importantly, don't forget to give combat. Sunday 12 बजे, Sunday 12 बजे मतलब combat. ओके, क्लिक ऑन स्कैन दिस इन ऑर्डर टू एनरोल. और एनरोल करते वक्त आपको कोड पूछा जाएगा, रितु MBA लगा देना. रितु MBA मेरा नाम, MBA हमारा गोल. राइट, सी यू इन प्लस गाइस. जल्दी से कॉम्बैट लो, सब्सक्रिप्शन पे स्कॉलरशिप जीतो और प्लस पे आओ और गाइस IIM पहुंच जाओ. ओके, सो यू गाइस डोंट फॉरगेट टू अप्लाई द कोड रितु MBA. लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब. थैंक यू एवरीवन. टेक केयर. बाय बाय.